9/11, a dark day when the world stood still and shock turned into fear. People know the half-truth behind it, but they don't know the untold reality of that day when the Twin Towers fell. And history changed forever.
What are those people gonna do? All the elevators are blocked out.
What if everything you've been told isn't the full story? What if the truth is buried beneath layers of deception? What really happened on that day? Who truly benefited? And why do so many questions remain unanswered, even after 2 decades? This isn't just a tragedy. It was a turning point that shaped wars, changed governments, and rewrote history. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is the untold truth of 9/11. It was a clear Tuesday morning on September 11th, 2001, when the unimaginable happened. 4 passenger planes were hijacked in midair. 2 crashed into the iconic Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York. Within hours, both towers collapsed into dust, leaving the world in disbelief. A 3rd plane struck the Pentagon, the headquarters of the U.S. military. The 4th, United Airlines Flight 93, never reached its target. It crashed into a field in Pennsylvania after passengers fought back against the hijackers. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost. The world watched in horror as smoke filled the sky and rescue teams searched for survivors. News channels broadcasted the tragedy non-stop. People were in shock, asking, how could this happen? Who was behind it? And how did this happen? Al-Qaeda, a terrorist group led by Osama bin Laden. America was under attack. The war on terror was declared. But was it really just an unexpected attack? Or was there something more, something hidden? Let's uncover the unanswered questions that don't add up. The world was told that 19 hijackers, armed with nothing but box cutters, managed to hijack 4 planes, outmaneuver the U.S. military, and strike the most secure locations in America. But does that story really add up? There are too many unanswered questions, too many things that just don't make sense. Experts say the impact of the planes and the fires caused the Twin Towers to fall, but many architects and engineers argue otherwise. The way the towers collapsed, straight down at free fall speed, looked more like a controlled demolition than a structural failure. Even buildings that suffer massive fires don't collapse like this. So what really brought them down? Most people don't know about WTC-7, a 3rd building that fell hours after the Twin Towers. Even though no plane hit it, it collapsed in seconds, perfectly symmetrical, just like a planned demolition. How does a steel skyscraper fall like that from just a few small fires? Pentagon, one of the most secure buildings on Earth, was hit by a hijacked plane, and yet not a single fighter jet stopped it in time. The U.S. Air Force had protocols for hijackings. Why didn't they act? Why were military drills happening that same morning, simulating hijacked planes? And what about Flight 93? The official story says passengers fought back, and the plane crashed in Pennsylvania. But early reports mentioned witnesses seeing explosions in the air. Was it really a struggle? Or was the plane shot down? Too many coincidences, too many loose ends. And yet, questioning the official story was immediately dismissed. But if the official story doesn't make sense, then we have to ask, was there something more? The money, the power, and the hidden connections. First, who profited from 9/11? In the days before the attack, there were suspicious stock market activities. Someone placed huge bets against American Airlines and United Airlines, the very companies whose planes were hijacked. Coincidence? Or did someone know what was coming? And then there's the insurance payout. The World Trade Center's owner, Larry Silverstein, had recently taken out an insurance policy covering terrorist attacks. After the attacks, he received a massive multi-billion-dollar payout. Another thing is that 9/11 became the justification for wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. But here's the shocking part. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Yet the US invaded anyway, using weapons of mass destruction as an excuse, weapons that were never found. These wars benefited defense contractors, oil companies, and powerful political figures. Trillions of dollars were spent, thousands of lives lost. But who really won? The big thing is that after the incident of September 11th, new laws were passed, giving governments unprecedented surveillance powers. The Patriot Act allowed mass surveillance on citizens, secret arrests, and indefinite detentions. Was September 11th just an excuse to take away freedoms in the name of security? Why were warnings ignored? Why did 3 buildings collapse like controlled demolitions? Why were wars started over lies? And why is questioning 9/11 still considered taboo? Maybe because the truth is more disturbing than we could ever imagine. What do you think? Is there more to the story? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's uncover the truth together.